Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Banter Bros podcast. I am Minnie,
I'm Damien.
and yeah, we're the Banter Bros.
Yeah.
We talk about anything and everything. Last episode, we did a horror movie tier list. We're coming up on 10 episodes. I believe this is our 8th. We have 2 more to beat the Big 10. Thank you to our 16 subscribers. We appreciate you. We just talk about anything and everything, just different topics, different hosts every week. I host this week, and then Damien will host next week. We try and mix it up and change things up every week to keep it fresh and new. So we like to just start these episodes off with just a little bit of, talking about our week, our day, maybe our month, maybe even our year. Just things that have gone on in our lives recently that we haven't really talked to each other about. And so let's just start with Damien. Damien, brother, how's your week been? Anything? Any new events? Any new occurrences?
I mean, not really. With work-wise, I'm just doing the same old. I'm not really... I'm working, just putting in my hours, doing my shit, taking care of customers, shit like that. Ray is trying to get on... He's been getting on me, yelling at me, telling me to get you to come on and sign up so you can get back on, because he wants you over there because we need another pit tech down there. He was like, you would be perfect because you literally have to be a pit tech, and that's all we need is just a literal pit tech. So, but besides that, like yesterday we had like the girls' party and everything, which you could have came over. Yes, I just couldn't. I just didn't go and get you. But,
you told me that you weren't going to. You told me that it's just better if we don't. And then you had someone else come over and hang out. But it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah. Chase brought me stuff and came over to the house. I was chilling. And that was at like 2 o'clock.
Sure.
Yeah.
You said you had receipts, but I didn't see no receipts. So I'm not going to believe you.
Yeah. You can ask Lily.
Fake news. Fake news.
You can ask Maggie. Maggie saw Chase yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get to see Maggie yesterday.
Well,
I didn't get to see nobody yesterday.
You're gonna see her today.
I was at my house.
Yeah.
All by my lonesome.
That's
you know what? You did you forget about the breast cancer walk yesterday?
No, I just
didn't
want to go.
Oh, well, you could have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't walking. I gotta help Lily with all the other shit. We were having that party
I love how you look around like you're looking for a fucking answer.
Yeah, I was like, where am I gonna find this?
Didn't want to go. You just be honest with yourself.
No, well, I asked Lily about the walk and everything, and like right after Mom asked me, because I was standing over there at the house and she was telling us about it. She sent us the link and everything, and Lily was like, that Saturday is going to be the same day I have that party, and we're already going to be waking up early to go to Costco and grab stuff for that party. And so that's why we just, we were already up doing shit for the party that day. And then I was cleaning all day upstairs. I cleaned the upstairs, and those fucking kids came over and fucking destroyed it.
Anyways, so Mom and Amanda tried to wake me up. Apparently they knocked my door and shit, but I didn't, which is surprising to me because I usually wake up at a creak on the floor. But I didn't sleep well that night, I guess, so I woke up at like 12 o'clock, and I wish I would have woken up because after they went to the walk and everything, they went ice skating and they did all this fun shit, and I was like, damn, I would have liked to go. I've never been ice skating. And I'm a damn good rollerblader and roller skater, so
you got ice skating in the bag.
I could fucking kill that shit.
I guarantee you're gonna fall the first 2 times. After that, you're done.
No, I never fell roller skating and rollerblading when I was learning. It's just something that comes natural to me. I don't know what it is, dude. You've seen me roller skate.
Yeah.
You've seen me rollerblade.
I saw you throw a whole order on a car once.
Yeah, that time, that's different because the sidewalk was fucked and I hit a bump and I had a bunch of food in my hand. My thing is they loaded my ass up. Like, I understand y'all have confidence in me, but when you load my ass up, and I'm supposed to be careful as fuck in roller skates, and then the sidewalk isn't paved correctly, then I hit a bump, I bust my ass. But like I said, when I was learning how to roller skate and rollerblade, I didn't fall.
Right.
I took it slow, and I tripped a little bit, but I never actually busted my ass and fell.
Right.
Just came natural to me. I don't know what it was, man.
Yeah, we were doing other shit.
I think it's because I'm short. Low center of gravity.
Definitely.
Helps me.
You weigh like $150.
Disagree.
Disagree. What do you weigh?
Fucking 500 pounds, dude.
Nah.
My 600-pound life, dude.
Yeah, you're a fat boy in a little man's body.
The weight's all in my ass.
It's all in your ass.
Badass, dude.
You're that. What's that fucking one guy that's fucking got the? It looks like he's got ass implants.
No idea who you're talking about.
He's got the mustache, and he's always like running and shit, and then like, they carry him on a fucking.
No idea who you're talking about.
Bro, he's real famous. I don't know. I'll find his name.
Obviously, it's not that famous because I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about.
You don't, but other people do. Millions of people do, probably.
Which I love how you say probably.
I don't know.
He's just some guy you see in your dreams. Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, he's real. He's real. He's real. I'll show you the videos because we ain't got no service in here.
Just some guy you see in your fucking nightmares, and you're like, he's real, dude. He's real, dude. I swear. Millions of people know who
just
he
a
is.
schizophrenic. That's mine.
I guess. I mean, me. There's nothing really new. I'm trying to get hired on over there at Quick Car. I got to talk to Brittany about I'm pretty sure I've already said I feel kind of like an asshole. At the same time, it's like I do, but I don't, because my thing was I really appreciate her giving me the job and all that, because I needed one because of all the shit that happened to me, just me getting unlucky and sort of fucked over with my job transition, and then I mean this all could have been avoided if Ray told me from the beginning, or told you from the beginning, that I wasn't terminated, non-rehirable. If he said that I was rehirable because he didn't have an issue with me.
He says he don't. He said he never said that, but I was, and then like I thought I had text messages from him, but I didn't. But he told me that like that in person. Like he was like,
I swear to God, Damien.
Dude, he said. I swear to God, he told me that.
If you told me shit.
That, and then I texted you. I thought I texted you a while back saying you were non-rehirable.
No, we talked on the phone.
Yeah.
Because it was after I told you what happened with Sonic, you told me that I was non-rehirable.
Yeah, because he told me that.
Yeah, but if I would have known it from the beginning, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Right.
But she got me on, and Chris told me that she wanted me to stay till Christmas at least, and now it's like I've only been there for not even full 2 weeks technically, and I'm already gonna go back to Quick Car. It's just, I don't know, I can't work at this pay. I can't do it. It's too little, and too little hours. I need more money, especially if I'm gonna start paying for that car again. And honestly, it'll help them more, to be completely honest, it'll help them more because then I'm going to have a job where I can actually pay Chris the money, and he'll have an extra like $800, $900 in his pocket every single paycheck.
Right.
So that'll help them more than me working at her store.
Yeah. I think she's not going to have a problem with it. I think she's going to be like, it sucks because I'm losing an employee, but...
Oh, no, they all love me up there. That's the thing, is like Brittany, she says I've only been working there for a little bit, but I'm already her favorite because of the fact that I actually work.
Right.
I'll sweep, I'll mop, I'll take out the trash, I actually
It's
work.
not hard to do that.
No, but people are just lazy.
Yeah.
People are just lazy. The people that work there, they don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing nothing. I actually like keeping somewhat busy so that they can go by faster.
Amber, the redheaded...
Heard?
No, Amber, the redheaded girl that Lily's friends... she's friends with one of the lady, or family friends with one of the ladies that worked up there, but she just got moved out to the Mansfield or Corsicana location or something like that.
Ennis?
No, it might have been Ennis. Freaking curly hair girl, like brown.
Older?
Yeah, older, brown curly hair. She got like a raspier voice.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, she came to fill in for Brittany while Brittany was on the cruise. She came to fill in for a little bit and train me a little bit.
She's cool.
Yeah, no, she was pretty cool, but no, they all want me to stay. They're like, no, please don't leave. Like, I haven't even talked about leaving, but they're like, don't go anywhere. Like, stay here. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but
No, I'm not gonna stay here and do all his job.
my thing is I'm not gonna. I can't do that. Like, I could understand working there like in high school, but you can't even really work there in high school because they sell alcohol and cigarettes. You have to at least be like 18 to do that.
Right.
So paying that little for people who are 18 and above, like I can understand maybe fresh out of high school, you really need a job, you can go work there, or maybe even work there part time as your second job.
Right.
But that much money hourly, especially in this economy, the way things are going right now,
Yeah,
can't live off that. I just can't.
Dude, I can barely live off what I'm at. Freaking, I'm at 18, dude.
That's because you spend money on things you don't need.
What do you mean? I spend money on literally everything I need.
Some of the things you think you need, I don't think you actually need.
I will say that there's some money that I spend on things I don't need, yes. But 90% of my check goes to fucking all my bills. And then the other 10% goes to gas and my shit. My shit that I want.
I feel like most of it goes to Lily.
Yeah, I send it to Lily so it pays the bills because all the bills come out of her. Like the car comes out of her card, her banking account, because it has her name. It was her car. You know, that's the whole thing. I was just I had to be on there because I had a license.
Yeah, no, I understand. I don't really want to get too deep into this, but
Yeah.
we've broken down your pay before. Me and you have sat in the car, and you've broken down how much you get every paycheck, and this is before you got the promotion to ASM. We've broken down how much you get paid every 2 weeks and how much you pay a month, and I'm like, that just doesn't add up. You should have this X amount of money still left over. Like, you should still have X amount of money. I understand if you're trying to save it.
Right.
I can get that, but just the fact that like you're saying that you're always broke every single time you get paid, I'm like, X amount of money should still, and it's not like a small amount of money. I'm pretty sure what we calculate. I'm not going to say it, but what we calculate, it wasn't exactly a small amount of money. You still had a good majority of the money still left after your monthly bills. So it's just like, where exactly is that going? And I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it's going. But anyways.
No.
I think that's good enough for. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else new. I mean, yeah, I was playing this game called Throne and Liberty. It's a new MMORPG that came out. I think it's not technically new because Korean servers has been out for a while, but it's new to the consoles. And I was having a lot of fun with that until I realized it's basically pay to win. Once you get to higher levels, there's an auction house, and the only way to buy things at the auction house is with bought currency from like real world money. You have to spend money to get that currency, and you have to like trade up your weapons. There's a bunch of stuff you have to do to basically make your final build, and trading up your weapons is one of the things, like getting traits on them. And to do that, to trait them all the way up, you need 9 copies of that weapon. And the only really way to do that right now in the game is to buy them at the auction house, and which is so stupid. So I'm hoping more updates come out to where they release more stuff to do. But I mean, the max level is 50 right now, and I'm pretty sure like half the map isn't even really released yet. So I believe there's still a good proportion of the game not released yet. But for right now, I reached level 50. I've done everything that I really can in the game right now, and I tried a PvP match, and I was like, yeah, no, this guy spends money on the game, so I'm fucked.
Right.
But other than that, nothing really new. Hunter, shout out to fucking Hunter, my homie. Love the man. He bought me Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Love the fucking guy. Pre-download started today. What? Fucking great.
Thanks for the listen as well.
I don't know if he listens.
He should.
Did I talk to Jackson? We're running a little long on this talk, but I talked to Jackson about it. I was like, dude, you should like listen to the podcast or share it, like try and get the word out. He was like, dude, I get enough of you talking here. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to listen to you on the on the podcast. I don't want to I was like, but I'm just asking you to help out. And he's like, just one person sharing it and helping out isn't going to do much. I'm like, yeah, actually it can. You share it. If you share it and it reaches 2 people, then those 2 people share it to the people they know and say they know 2 people each. That's right there, that's 6 people. Then those 2 people that shared it to those 4 people, those 4 people share it to one person each. I mean, it can extend out like that. The more people you share it to, even if they don't like it, even if they know someone else that might like it, the more that it gets shared, the more it reaches out and reaches different people that could like it.
Right.
Like I'm just like, dude, you don't really have to listen to it. Just see if you like it maybe, and then tell people about it. He's like, who am I supposed to tell? My coworkers? And I'm like, yeah, whoever you talk to, you could be like, hey, dude, my friend's got a podcast if you want to give it a listen. It's that simple.
I'm literally, I guess I'm on the podcast, but I literally, I'm always telling, like, even my coworkers, and like, I feel, and like, I told them, I was like, if you really don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. Like, I know I'm your manager, but like I'm just saying I have a podcast. We're pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. You should definitely listen. And I have one of them that actually does listen. He's like, dude, I listen to your podcast. Y'all are funny, dude. He goes, I sat there and got stoned and listened to your podcast, and I fucking died laughing all night. And I can't remember which one he said he watched, but he said he watched one of us, and we would just keep going back. I think it was The Devil's Advocate. He's like, I really love that. He goes, you should do more of that. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, we might do a couple of repeat episodes on the little like games we played or whatever. There's one that I want to try out. I'm gonna have to look up like a rulebook and shit for it, but I'm gonna save that for later. But let's just go ahead and get right into the episode. We've ran a little long on our talk. Today's episode is about. I'm pretty sure we already discussed what this topic was about. Scary stories. It's spooky season, so. Scary stories. We're going to tell some scary stories, talk about scary experiences we had, maybe with, when we were kids or something like that. Just scary stuff, We're going to share some scary tales, It's October. It's spooky, scary season, We're going to try and have a theme this month. I hope, at least. I don't know what Damien's going to do next episode, but...
I have more scary stuff.
Spooky season. So, I guess let's get right into it. Damien, you said you had a story... I guess we can start with you first.
You want to start with me?
Yeah, start with you first, because I have a bunch, and I
have 2 right here that happened in a span of when I was very young. I want to say we moved into our house over here in Red Oak, down there, where Uncle Chris lives. Mm-hmm. That was the house we grew up in. Or I grew up in and went to school right here in Red Oak. I was going to school in Red Oak. I want to say I was not in kindergarten. I want to say I was more like 1st or 2nd grade. I don't know the ages on those, like how old I would have been there.
Well, you start kindergarten around 5. You get out of kindergarten around 6, depending on when your birthday is. So 1st and 2nd grade.
I was September 8th, so I had to start later in the year for some reason.
So you were probably like 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah, well, somewhere around there. Yes, my parents would have me watch a lot of scary movies and everything like that, but I was my parents would let me watch scary movies and everything, especially my dad. But he would have me watch a whole bunch of scary movies, scare the hell out of me, tell me to go to sleep, and then when I wake up in the middle of the night screaming, he'd tell me to shut the fuck up and go back to bed. And but one night we didn't watch a scary movie or anything. I came home. I got a low grade in class or whatever, and I got in trouble, whatever, and I went back. I had got sent to bed early or whatever. My dad had to leave, go to work, and my mom was home, and I was laying in bed and everything. I already heard Dad leave, take off. My room was that very front room. I don't know whose room it is, but that very front room right there by the light. So I had these Spider-Man curtains that Granny made. But I had the little, just standard little L angle, I guess, little curtain hanger that clips onto the wall, or whatever, so you can see a little bit of light coming through. And I swear to God, I kind of understand how shadows work and everything, so it could have been someone bigger, but the perfect little shadow about how much light I had, maybe a foot span of light, but a little look like Chucky size. Like swear to God, and like I'd never seen Chucky at this point either, because like my dad didn't like the Chucky movies and shit, so that I found that out later on. Like when I was like why did we never watch the Chucky movies? Because he never brought those up. Like I watched like other movies before. I watched Chucky movies with Chase and shit when I was older, but like I just a doll size shadow run across that light, like doing a whole like I don't know, like an animated arms swinging back and forth like ah, ha, 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 ha. And no sound, no nothing, just seeing that go across. And I'm telling you, like I froze and panic and like I just freaked the fuck out. And then as like I'm like about to get out of bed, the same shadow runs back across the light. And it could be anything. Like it could have been a bunny or, you know, an animal.
Your mind playing tricks on
my
you.
mind playing tricks on me because I am a kid. But that was one of my like scariest things there. And then like following maybe a couple like weeks or something like that, like I was still around the same age, same grade. I was laying down in that same room, and I was laying down in the bed. My closet door was off because I had a big toy box and the door wouldn't shut and stuff. So I had, you know, I had clothes in my closet, but my clothes would go to both sides, and then you could see the back wall of my closet. And I didn't have any dark colors in there and everything, but the rest of my room was dark because I had like the Spider-Man red and blue all over the wall. And I was laying down in bed, everything. My dad like tucked me in and everything, and my mom was like, night, whatever. I'm laying down, everything, and looking around, and I look over to my closet, and there was, like, to me, it looked like a Grim Reaper, and it was sitting there, had its, like, scythe, and this whole skeleton look, like, straight up what you would imagine a Grim Reaper to look like. And off of him, it looked like he was like it was like a gas form of him, like it was like vapor, like I don't know, you can see like I don't know, it was like very hazy gas looking, and it came closer to me, like in reaching a finger out and like reaching his hand out to me and everything like that. I like fucking panicked and screamed, and I fucking like bolted out of my room. My dad was like right there in the kitchen, so he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like flipping out, and like told me to go to bed and everything. And I was like, I told him I saw a Grim Reaper and everything. I was like, I saw a Grim Reaper. He was fucking in my closet. Like, I wasn't saying fucking, but I was like, there was a Grim Reaper and he was in my closet. Like, I was panicking. I was like, he looked like gas. Like, it was like something floating in the air. It was weird. And he tried to reach out and touch me. And the next day, my mom's crying and everything. And she's like talking to me, and she goes, one of our family members passed away last night in a car accident, and he we ended up going to the funeral and everything like a week later, but all in his house was Grim Reaper fucking guys. Like he like it was his favorite like theme or whatever. I don't know what that has to do with it, but like that was all in the same span. And like some people say, like, you know, like when a family member passes, like in the house or whatever, some of them, like the kids and stuff like that, will say they've seen like Grim Reapers and shit like that. But like that's in some cases, and some crazy
Never
people.
heard that in my life.
I've looked it up because I wanted to look into this, especially because this is one of my stories that I had. But the whole Grim Reaper shit, it was like that freaked me the fuck out, and that was when I was a kid. But those are my two little stories I have for now. I'll let you
Yeah,
go with
no.
your stories.
So, first off, you said scythe, and it's scythe.
Whatever. I'm illiterate.
But no, I mean, yeah,
I'm just rexic. I got short
both
arms
of those
and I can't
things can be
read.
explained just childlike mind, because that's I don't believe in none of that stuff. But there are two real life. I was gonna start off with, because I do have some like other scary stories that I've heard of or like read, but there are two real life like scary moments that I've had. I wouldn't even say like with the paranormal, because I don't believe in the paranormal. Just my mind, playing tricks on me and stuff like that. When I was a kid, I'm gonna start chronologically, because the second one actually happened more recent. Like, I wouldn't say like more recently. It happened like around freshman year of high school. But the first one, I was really young. I don't exactly know how old. I know I was living in North Carolina at the time, Taylor Street. Bunk bed with my brother, and I was laying down, going to sleep, and I slept on the bottom bunk. My brother slept on the top bunk, and the bunk bed was far enough where like it had far enough away from the wall to where the wall side of the bed had a little like a gap in it to where I could put my foot. So whenever I went to sleep, I would cover up with my blanket, and I'd usually hang my foot on the like through that little crack between the wall and the bed, because it's cooler underneath my bed, so I could get
Right.
like a cool draft on my
You
foot
probably
while I'm
had,
going
like,
to
a vent
sleep.
underneath, right?
Yeah. So one night I was laying there, and I don't really know if I was asleep or not asleep. I think I was like in and out of sleep a little bit, like I was either falling asleep or something like that. But I know that like I woke up and then I closed my eyes, and I was like, I put my foot through the crack, and I was trying to go to sleep. I was trying to go to sleep, and then all's I feel, it grabs like right above my foot, like where my shin is. Like something grabs it, and I can still feel like right now I feel it on my leg. Like
Yeah, you
that's
feel
how
what that felt.
that's how scary it was to me. But I mean, I was more scared of my dad than I was of that. So I didn't get out of bed or anything like that.
Right.
But it was a sweaty, clammy palm that had nails like sharp as fuck. Like if you can imagine like a witch's nails or something like that.
Right.
Like very sharp nails, like almost claw-like.
What I would
Feel
think a
those.
slimy witch
And
with pointed nails
and
would feel
like a palm that was sweaty and like wrinkly hand, and just grabbed my leg, and I felt it grab my leg, and I reached, like I fucking pulled my leg up out of that bed, from underneath that bed so fast, and then
Yeah.
I covered up, and I was like looking the fuck around, and I don't know if like I was asleep, because I totally could have been asleep, and that woke me up, and it felt like it was like the same.
Yeah, you
You
were
know.
in your dream. You just felt that.
Yeah, and so like I like fucking pulled my leg out, put it under the blanket, like cat, like common like kid puts head under blanket, like that's what
Yeah.
I did. Whenever I got scared, I was, like I said, I was more scared of my dad than I was of the monster in my closet or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that monster
So-
in the closet gonna scare the fuck out of me. My dad gonna beat the fuck out of me. Yeah.
So anytime I got scared in my room, I just put my head under the blanket and just go to sleep like that. So that's how I spent the rest of that. I don't think I actually slept the rest of that night, because that's how like terrified and scared I was. I was like
Right.
not okay with what happened. And then the other one was, like I said, freshman year of high school. I had just moved in with my dad, because my mom, and so I moved in with my dad over here in Red Oak, and it was just me, my dad, Danielle, and Caitlin at the time, before my other brothers and sisters, my sister and brother moved in with us. And so I was sleeping by myself down in that, because you've been in that house before. You've seen that back room,
Yeah.
the room with the the bathroom in it. I was by myself in that room, and my dad had just went upstairs. Danielle was upstairs. Caitlin was upstairs. They were all upstairs going to sleep. And that kitchen, the kitchen was right there through that door, like the dining room table, and the kitchen to the left. So I just laid down to go to bed. I was laying there trying to go to sleep, and I look like into the kitchen, and I just see this black shadow, like of a man standing there at the doorway. And I look over, and I'm like, and I'm staring at it for like a couple of seconds. Like it looks like it's an actual like person standing there. And I'm like, Dad? And then it just, as soon as I say Dad, disappears instantly. And as soon as that happened, there was like a visceral reaction in my body. My heart drops to my fucking stomach. I start sweating and breathing heavy. I'm like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? And, I don't believe in like paranormal shit or anything like that, but like that, my mind was definitely playing tricks on me. But once again, this was a hard time for me because all the shit that had happened and me moving in with my dad, all that stuff. So that can definitely explain why I saw that and like why that happened. But when that happened, my fucking heart was fucking just dropped to my stomach, racing fast as fuck. I was not not in a good not in a good mood after that. I didn't really sleep well that night. It was definitely because I thought my dad came back downstairs and he was standing in my doorway, and I was like, Dad? And then it fucking just vanished, like it disappeared. My heart I was like, holy shit. But yeah, those are really the only two real like life like scary moments that I've had that I've like felt like actually scared. I don't think there's really any other moments where I've been like terrified of. And I'm talking like paranormal, like, yeah, you can be scared of like, someone breaking into your house or some shit like that. But I'm just talking about like something that's almost paranormal, where like your mind playing tricks on you and shit like that. Like that type of, scary.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's only two moments that's happened. I can't remember any other time that anything like that has, went down in my life. Not a lot of experiences, and I feel like it's because I don't believe. But if you don't have any other stories, I have some just, regular good old-fashioned scary stories to tell, like campfire stories.
Yeah, I got more stories, but, go ahead. I want to hear some more of the campfire stories.
Okay, so I don't know if this is straight out of the book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Yeah. I don't know if there's like 3 or 4 of those books. They actually made a movie about that shit, which movie was ass. But I thought, didn't we go see that in the movie theater together? Yeah, yeah.
It was on Shrooms.
You fell asleep.
I think I was either.
No, we didn't. We didn't go on some. We were smoking, but we weren't.
I think that's what it was. I think I was just high as fuck.
Yeah, we went in high. We went in high as fuck, but we weren't eating psychedelics or nothing like that. But no, yeah, I'm pretty sure you passed out. But I feel like that's because that's what we did when we went to the movies. We got high as fuck when we went, and we didn't fall asleep at all movies. But that movie, I definitely think you fell asleep because it was just that fucking boring.
Right.
It was not. My problem with that movie was they tried to make it more kid-like, I guess.
Yeah. Like
it wasn't like super like intense scary. They tried to make it like sort of. I do like the stories because the stories that they told were a lot more mainstream. But I wish the way they did it was like it would flip through each story. They just animated or live action made the stories real, and it was like someone was reading the book.
Right.
Like I feel like that would have been better, seeing each of like the short stories played out.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people would have more enjoyed that. But one of my favorite ones, one of the ones that I told, because the main reason I like getting those books was to scare the shit out of my little sister and my little brother.
Yeah.
Fucking love doing that shit. One of my favorite stories to tell was Harold. Harold, love that fucking story. Great story. And it's funny because the first time I told that to my brothers, just like, "You want to hear a scary story?" They're like, "Yeah." So I sit down and I tell them the scary story because I read those books so much, I had the stories memorized, and I told them the story. They were like, "Why would you tell us that?" And they started crying, and they were so I was like, "You said you wanted to hear a scary story, so I gave you a scary story." Yeah. But Harold was one of my favorites. So basically, story of Harold. There are these 2 brothers. I forgot their names. It's been I need to find where I can buy those books. I need to read those books again. But there were these 2 brothers. They were farmers. And I'm just going to say one of their names was Joe, the other one was Bob. Joe and Bob, they lived on a farm, and, they, grew wheat, and they had cows and all this shit. And they had a neighbor. His name was Harold, and they hated Harold. Harold was like an asshole and just an all-around jerk, mean guy, not nice. So what they did is they made a scarecrow to keep, the birds and crows away. And the scarecrow they made in, a replica of Harold. They made it look like Harold. And so every day, they, when they went out to tend to the fields and check on the cows and stuff like that, they would go out and they'd make fun of Harold, the scarecrow. They'd walk out and they'd, hit him and make fun of him like, you ugly fuck, just poke fun at him and be mean to him. And eventually, after this went on for a while, one of the brothers was doing their daily thing, making fun of Harold, and they hit him, and they heard a grunt. And the brother looked around, and he was like, what the hell was that? So, he, chalking it up to, nothing, continued on with the day. Next day, same thing. They went out, they were making fun of Harold, and they heard another grunt. It's very weird. So, the one day, after, a couple days go by like this, they go out to tend to the field, and today's the day that the cows need to move from the bottom of the hill to the top. So one of the brothers start moving the cattle up to the top of the hill, and the other brother goes to start making fun of Harold. And Harold is gone. Harold is not where he's supposed to be. So concerned, he goes and looks for his brother. Goes, looking for him, trying to find him, can't find him. And then he looks up to where the cows are supposed to be. And the scarecrow post that Harold was on, instead of Harold being there, it's the skin of his brother on that post. That's basically the end of the story. And I probably got some of the things wrong because it's been such a long time since I've read that story. But yeah, no, it's a good one. It's a good one. I like that one. There's another couple of them, like the toe. The toe is a good one. I don't know if you've heard that one.
I've read a few of them.
Yeah, the toe, basically, kid goes out to pick turnips, for his mom's soup or whatever the hell, and he goes out and he has his hoe and he's hitting the ground trying to get this turnip up. Hits, crunch, picks it up, and it's a big toe. Brings it back, and while he's bringing it back, he hears, "Where's my big toe?" Thinking nothing of it, they go and they start cooking it up in the soup. Cooking it up in the soup. While they're cooking it, here again, "Where's my big toe?" Gets louder and louder each time they hear it. Then they sit down to eat the said soup, and then they hear right behind them, "Where's my big toe?" And then they die. Once again, it's probably scuffed. I need to read these stories again, but very, very good. Definitely recommend if you like scary stories, scary stories to tell in the dark. Great books. They're just a bunch of short, scary stories. I enjoy them a lot.
Right.
I also have a bunch of 2-sentence scary stories that are, because I enjoy every now and again going and reading scary stories, like the Russian sleep experiment. That's a good one. I know you've heard that one.
Right.
There's one that I like that it's this daughter. She was up in her room reading, doing her schoolwork, and she heard her mom calling from the basement, calling her name to tell her to come to the basement. Keeps calling her name. So she finally gets up and starts going and heading to the basement. And right before she gets to the basement, the closet door swings open, and a hand pulls her in and closes the door behind her. And it's her mom, and she says, "That's not me." And that's the end of the story. I like a lot of those. Couple sentence scary stories. They can get you.
You're just like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
ooh, she's fucked. But, yeah, I got one. This is you can look up really what this is. But I don't know exactly the name of it. This is a story I heard through Josh. Family friend or whatever. He he told me this story in Ireland or parts of Ireland. There was these old Irish family that inherited some land that was technically on this other guy's land. Like this one guy, he was, he been running the farm on this land and everything. The land was owned by someone else, but he was running his farm and shit on there. So the Irish people came in, and the family who came in was like, hey, we're moving in. Some of this property is ours. Like you have a certain time to get your crop and everything like that. So really willingly, the guy was like, you can have this part, but all I want to ask is you can have a little bit of this part and I can have this part. So they negotiated kind of where the property line would go. And they were like, yeah, that's cool. We kind of like this area over here a little bit more too. You can clean out the crop and everything and then just repurpose the land and everything. We're going to do that anyways to put the house and shit out there. So family puts the house out there, all this shit. In the several days of building the house, the family are like coming by the property and everything. The old man has now had like several horses and shit like that, and they used to all roam like all over that property and everything, and now the fence was there. There was this one horse that came up to the side of the fence and was a solid black horse, just all the way down, long black mane and everything, and he would just stare straight at them, like almost menacingly. And then sometimes he would like stampede and stop and everything when they pull up and everything. Family, like later on, the house being built and everything. Old man, something happens to the old man. He's starting to get sick and everything. He passes away. But before he passes away, he talks the family that owns the other part of the land to, would you be willing to buy the rest of my land and everything? I'm gonna pass away and I need more money to save, put me away, for my family and everything. And they came out to an agreement that they would buy them and then take on to the horses and stuff like that. And they ended up selling on most of the horses. The only horse they couldn't sell was that one black one. That one black one didn't like them. Was very, very angry. The only person that the horse was ever really nice to was the old man. And the horse, they like put up a whole pen basically that was part of that land where he used to run, and just let him be his thing over there and run and everything. Irish families living in the house and everything. They're looking out at the horse running around. A storm's happening, and then they were like, "Well, fuck, we got to get the horse up in the pen and everything." They start moving the horse to the pen. It gets in the pen, it's fine, everything. It's making a lot of noise and everything, storm and everything. The family starts to go to bed and everything like that. They hear a loud crash of lightning, and the horse like screaming and everything like that. They all run out there looking around. They see the shed, little shed for the horse they had, was in flames. The horse was broken out of the stable and everything, and was on fire, fucking bolting, running. Jumped over the fence to the property and ran up and killed one of the kids of the family, or whatever, the Irish family. They had several years, like the horse got put down or whatever. He pretty much died after he ran, like trampled at, freaking burned to death, and pretty much died. But after that, the family like went through the funeral and all that crap. Several years go by. Irish family that originally owned it is pretty much dead on. It's the kids, the one other kid. I didn't really specify like how the family was, but it was mom, dad, 2 kids, Irish family, and they it's the older kid now that's still alive. He's owning the house and everything, and living out there. He's staying out there, and one night he's laying in bed, everything. Hears a loud crash of lightning and a thunderstorm, and he goes outside, and standing out there in the other part of the fence, which they just pretty much opened it up now, it was just their land. There was a black horse, like flesh all falling off, solid red beating eyes, came rushing towards the house. And he was like, started freaking out because he was getting panic, thinking like, oh shit, this is the horse. Like, it came back and it's after me now. Like, fucking started panicking and everything. He goes outside and runs outside. He grabs a gun and everything. He's about to go shoot this horse. The horse runs right through him. Like, he's like, what the fuck? The fucking kid goes like, what the fuck? Like, like, I can't, like, didn't know what the fuck was going on. The fucking family and everything ended up selling the property to another family, and that family has still had several cases of hearing a loud crash of lightning and seeing a dark black horse that just looks maimed and everything. There's been other accounts of finding a horse carcass that looks like it's been burned and everything, just random horse carcasses around in that property and area and everything. And that's like supposed to be like a true story that happened between the Irish families and shit that they're related to and all that crap. But yeah, they told me about that. That was kind of gave me some oof. I don't know if it was as good as the other ones, but yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad story. It's a good story. It's just the whole like it's supposed to be true behind it. You know me. You know me. Yeah, it wasn't a bad story. No, I have a couple of other short ones. I know a lot of people probably heard this one. The Humans Can Lick Too.
No.
You haven't heard that one?
Humans Can Lick Too. What the fuck?
Okay. This one's pretty good. I like this one. So, there was this girl. She was, probably late high school, like junior, senior year. Her parents out on vacation, so she was home alone. And it was late at night. She was in bed, and she had a dog, and her dog, whenever she felt scared or stressed or worried, her dog slept underneath her bed. So she'd reach her hand down, and her dog would lick her hand to calm her down. So she was laying in bed in the house alone, and she was feeling a little anxious, a little scared. So she reached her hand down. Her dog licked her hand. Brings her hand back up, tries to go to sleep, and she starts hearing this drip, 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 drip from the bathroom. So, she gets up and goes, checks, and the sink is dripping. So she turns the sink to where it doesn't drip anymore. Goes back into her room, lays down, just feeling a little scared because she just walked through a dark house and she heard dripping that wasn't there before. So, puts her hand down. Dog licks her hand back up, tries to, go back to sleep. Then she hears drip, 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 drip. So she gets back up reluctantly and goes to the bathroom, and she looks on the mirror and drawn in blood. Oh no, she walks in the bathroom and sees her dog dead in the bathtub, and drawn in blood on the mirror was "Humans Can Lick Too."
That's creepy. What the fuck?
Yeah, that one's. I thought that was a more well-known one because I've known that
like
one for a very long time.
It's kind of like a creepypasta kind of like story kind of vibe.
Well, I like creepypastas too, but let me see if I can think of any other like short scary stories that I've heard. It's been a minute.
I have a not really a scary, but a kind of funny, kind of scary. It's got like a ghost in it. It's an old story that not story, but more like a joke that my family has always told. But there was this hotel. Just random, just it's like a little, not even a hotel. Let's call it more like a motel. Like, has like a whole bunch of lots or whatever, little single little double bed rooms and shit like that. And it's just one. There's not multiple levels. There's just one spot, and you can just see the little C-shaped building that has all the little hotel rooms or motel rooms or whatever. Most of the rooms are all full. There's one room left in the hotel, and in the hotel it's known that this hotel room is haunted by a ghost, and everyone doesn't believe it. Like no one's like nah, there's no ghost and everything, but no one will stay in the room. Late one night, a white dude comes up. It's like, hey, I need a room. I need to stay in a room. Just one bed. Doesn't matter. He goes, we only got one room. It's a 2-bedroom. But let me warn you, a lot of people say it's haunted by a ghost. No one really likes to stay in it. We'll give it to you for this price. Go ahead. He goes, I ain't scared of no ghost. Goes down to the room. Opens up the door. Ghost pops out and says, I'm the ghost of Potendini. Touch my stuff, I bite your weenie. And the guy fucking gets scared, fucking runs out and runs by the fucking front office and is like, holy shit, like, I don't want the room, fucking here's the key, like I'm gone. You can keep my money. Leaves. Later on that night, black dude comes up. He's like, yo man, I need a room. Can you give me a room? He's like, we only got one left. It's haunted. People don't like staying in there. Just saying, just had a guy run out. He goes, man, I don't believe in no ghosts. Fuck that ghost. He goes, just give me a damn room. Come on, man, I don't care. Pays the room fee. Gives him the key. Goes down to the room. And he's like, opens up the door. The ghost comes out and says, I'm the ghost of Potendini. You touch my stuff, I bite your weenie. The black guy goes, what the fuck? Shoots like 3 shots off into the room, like fucking runs the fuck out. The hotel manager comes out and freaking is like screaming, nah, stop. Like, what the hell? Like, you're gonna have to pay for that. Black dude gives him some money, leaves, and goes on. Now, a girl comes in later on that night, asks for the room, says the same thing, shit going on. And again, the ghost comes out and says, I'm the ghost of Potendini, touch my stuff, I bite your weenie. And she goes, well, I'm the king of pot and grass, you touch my weenie, I'm kicking your ass. And that was supposed to be the joke. It's supposed to be a transgender woman, but that was the little joke, scary kind of ghost story.
I don't know if you should have told that, but we could discuss why, I guess, after the podcast. But anyways, I have one more that I had just thought of. So there's a guy, and he got home late from work, and he gets ready for bed, lays in bed next to his wife, and he's laying down, getting ready, and then he gets a message on his phone. He opens his phone, and it's his wife texting him. He's like, why is she texting? She's right next to me in bed. So he opens the message, and she says, hey honey, sorry, I'm running a little late. I'm late at work. I'm on my way home now. And he was like, He's like, what are you talking about? You're laying right next to me in bed. And she was like, what? No, I'm not. LOL. Why would you say that? I'm on my way home from work right now. And he's like, what are you talking about? You're literally laying right next to me in bed. And she texts back, are you being serious? No, I'm not. I'm on my way home from work. And he was like, and then he looks over to check, and sure enough, his wife's still laying there right next to him. I mean, she's laying the opposite way, so her hair is facing, the back of her head's facing him. So he rolls back to text her again. He says, no, seriously, stop messing with me. You're laying right next to me, are you not? She sends him a picture of her driving down the street. So he's like, and she says, if there is someone laying next to you in the bed, that's not me. So then he rolls over to check one more time, and this time they're facing towards him. And it's a gray, wrinkled face woman with eyes black as night, with a smile from cheek to cheek.
Yeah. There's I've seen some more of those, like where it's just like the text conversation ones, whereas like there's one where the lady goes, she's like, hi mom, like when are you gonna come back in from bringing in groceries? And she's like, honey, I'm still at work, I didn't bring in groceries. She goes, no, you FaceTimed me and said you were bringing in groceries and everything. And, like, it had the FaceTime, like, messages or whatever. It went back and saw it. And then, like, she was like, no, like, I'm still at work. Like, sends a picture at work. And, like, she looks at all the groceries and stuff. And she's like, oh, my God, Mom. Like, did you seriously buy this meat? And she sends a picture and it's a meat, and like it looks like a bunch of like ground beef, but it just looks like it's in Walmart bags. Like, doesn't look like it's covered up. It's got like the white thing on the bottom, but a whole bunch of hamburger meat on top and ground up. And she goes, I swear to you, I'm at work still. Sends another picture of her at work. She's like, what the fuck, Mom? And then she goes outside to look and see. Her car is gone. Her mom's car is gone. She's like, Mom, I'm seriously, what's going on? And she goes, get back in the house and lock the doors now. And
fuck that.
and she's like, what the fuck's going on, Mom? She's like, go back in the house. I promise you, I'll tell you later. And then it's like, pay now for hear the rest of this story. And it's one of those little fucking ads. But I've seen plenty of those things, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, I got that from because like I said, I used to like look up just like couple sentence scary stories that are pretty good. There's a couple really good ones. But yeah, no, I feel like that's a good point to wrap. Hopefully we made y'all feel a little maybe tingle up your spine or a little spooked out. I don't know.
Right.
If y'all have any little short scary stories I'd like to share, just leave them in the comments.
I'm definitely reading them.
If y'all leave a comment, I'll read it. Yeah, we only have one comment so far.
Right.
So make sure y'all are leaving comments, sharing, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Let us know what you think. Hit that little bell, hit that little bell, turn notifications on so y'all know whenever we post a video. We're getting close to 10 videos. I said at the 10 video mark I'd start posting YouTube Shorts, so be prepared for that. Only a couple more episodes to go, and then we're going to start posting YouTube Shorts, hopefully get, a little bit more viewership. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this episode. I hope, Damien, you did too.
I did.
And yeah, it's the month of October, spooky, scary season, so we're going to have hopefully some more spooky, scary things to come for the rest of this month. I believe, next month is Thanksgiving, so there's not really a lot, so we might do, one episode where we talk about, maybe what we're thankful for, or something like that. But I feel like having a little bit of themed episodes around the holidays is good, it's nice and fun. But this is spooky, scary, Halloween, so, we can have a whole theme for this month, spooky, scary. Talk about scary stuff.
Right, that's what I'm doing.
Sounds good to me. And that's what my plan was. My plan was, all my episodes to be themed with, the month of Halloween.
Right.
Halloween. So, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Once again, like, subscribe, follow. We're on Spotify and YouTube. YouTube Shorts coming out shortly. Ha! See what I did there? But our friend Sean, I'm going to get in contact with him again because we're getting a little bit more episodes out. I'm going to see if he wants to start posting on TikTok. But yeah, like and share. Thank you all for watching and listening, not watching.
Yeah.
We might do video later, but for right now, we're just gonna stick to audio. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Once again, we are the Banter Bros. I am Minnie.
I'm Damien.
And yeah, podcast out.
Out.